but haven't purchased it recently. And I'm like, I don't know how you have this if you are not purchasing it. Does anybody know? Can you like jailbreak your Fire Stick to like get Beachbody on demand?
I have no idea.
Who have like BOD and have not purchased it.
What did you ask them?
Like they didn't sign up for like the quarterly and they just don't realize that they're being charged.
No, like this girl I just added to my group. I was like, I went to see like when she purchased her BOD because I thought, oh, I could still maybe talk to her about Shakeology and then she could like change her purchase into a challenge pack, you know, if it was like within the month because I thought it was because she just had a baby. She hasn't purchased anything since 2015. And I'm like, how do you have BOD then? Like, I don't get it.
I would just ask her. I would just say like, dude, where are you getting your, like, are you still doing DVDs or do you have your on-demand activated?
80-Day Obsession isn't on DVDs and she's doing 80-Day Obsession.
Could she be using somebody else's account?
Yeah.
What?
Could she be using someone else's account?
I guess. I don't know. I have one other girl that does that too. She was like, oh yeah, my sister pays for BOD and I pay for Netflix and we share. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah. I bet that's it. That's the only thing I can think of is somebody's letting her sign in.
Well, and then I have another challenger who I was like, hey, your BOD is going to renew like January 9th. Just wanted to see if you were going to upgrade to a challenge pack because I was offering like that special or whatever. Yeah. And she was like, oh, I don't know. She's like, it should just auto renew like with you. I have no idea. And it totally didn't. And January 9th has passed and it never auto renewed with me. Like she bought BOD for me last year on January 9th. It didn't renew, but she's doing 80-Day Obsession too. And I'm like, I don't understand this.
So she probably switched to someone else. Do you think she's lying to you?
No, because she's still my customer, you know?
Oh, that's weird.
I know. I don't understand it. She's also the one who buys all of her Shakeology off like swap and sell sites though. So
yeah.
Got me like, my head is just spinning.
Got it. Stop. Sorry.
I can't. Like, how do you trust that? Like, I don't know. That makes me nervous.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, that's enough about me. You guys go.
Who wants to go next? Is Rusty or Melissa? Sarah? Samantha?
Sorry, I just got in and my kid's been crying, so I haven't really heard anything.
You're fine. You haven't really missed much. We're just doing check-ins. Well, you did miss some stuff. You can go back and watch the recording. We kind of went off on a tangent about Sarah's got some great ideas about inviting to like a holding tank, if you will, to talk about like what a challenge group is 2 weeks before her next challenge group. So if you go back and watch the recording, you can get a little bit of that. I think it's a great idea. She just she invites anybody who's ever shown interest in her post to talk to. So that was kind of good. And then we talked a little bit about building our legs. So if you want to, but other than that, now we're just doing check-ins just to see like how your week was. Do you have any questions, any struggles? This is kind of your time to ask or
I've been loving 80-Day Obsession. That's pretty much, yeah, it's been going well. Yesterday, I got up and like I just could not, I ate and I waited the hour and then I went to work out and I just had no energy and I kind of half-assed like half the workout and then I was like, this is stupid. I'm just going to rest today. And then I got home last night and I was like, no, I'm going to do it because I made this commitment and I did it. So that was like huge for me because it was more
That's
of
a big deal. Good job. Yeah. That's really awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, that was huge for me, honestly, because normally if I don't do it when I set up to do it, like I'm not going to. So
especially on a Friday night, that's huge.
Right. Right.
How many of us did not drink last night that normally would have drank? Yeah. I'm like proud of all of us just for that.
I did not drink and I did not eat out. Friday nights are our nights that we eat out and I choose something not probably as healthy as I probably should. And I didn't do any of it. I made 21 Day Fix meatball sandwiches.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I had my salmon and stuff. Like I was super proud of myself. So
me too.
Yeah. Keep it up. All right, Samantha, how about business stuff? Anything that you got going? I know you're kind of playing around with this, but you're not like 100% in. You're doing your hair coaching too. So
yeah, I honestly have not been doing anything. I just kind of fell off the face of the earth. Like, I have so many things going on that, like, my own health and fitness fell to the wayside, much less coaching anyone else. So, I mean, I have a few people in the group I've been doing with Melissa, but honestly, she's been doing everything. Like, I'm just now, I feel like this week, really getting back into it myself. So I'm kind of like, I don't know.
I mean,
don't know where to start.
following the Floor Vitals and doing what you're doing and just sharing that alone attracts people to you, because you got that real rawness and you're like passionate about it. So, I mean, it's not really about you needing to go out and like send out crazy invites if that's not where you're at, but just to keep having people interested. You still have lots of warm market to play around with. So, and you know just as much as anybody that when you put yourself out there, it helps hold you more accountable too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's good.
Do you think I should just post more about it?
Only if you're comfortable. Like, don't force it. I've always said that if you're comfortable, like if you make a post and you're like, that's a good post, then post it. But if you make a post and you're forcing it and it feels icky, then it's probably icky. So don't force it. Just share what you're comfortable with sharing. People know that you're out there and you're doing it. So, and because you're, like I said, because you have so much warm market, there's still so many people that are your friends and family that could be interested, that you're not having to go out there and like cold invite. And your other hair coaching side, that's attracting new market for you too. And they're just going to get the residuals of the health side of it.
Right.
So you never know. But yeah, I mean, I think that just keep doing what you're doing and showing up and hearing your story. So.
Well, and I think too, like, I'm finally in a place now, like I had so many things going on. I was just like trying to juggle 10 things at once. And now I kind of have a routine, have a plan. Like, I know I have kind of all the things I wanted to do kind of in a system now. So I feel like everything is not just like, I can start taking on more things again,
Yeah. I mean, we all know, I think every one of us can say that once you start feeling overwhelmed, you just shut down and do nothing. So don't let yourself get to that point, and just keep time management to your best. And, we're all here if you have questions or struggles. And obviously Melissa helping run your group with your girls helps take a little bit off. So lean on her. So
thank God for Melissa.
I hear ya. Rusty, you want to chat?
Myself. Hello. Yeah, I'm I'm in that shutdown phase right now. I got so much going on. I haven't done jack. I have actually worked out all week though. I mean, that's huge for me since I haven't done jack lately. So yeah, I haven't talked to anybody, but I've worked out.
I mean, that's one of your vitals. I think Ashley can agree that that's the first step. If you're not doing what you want your challengers to do, how are you going to get new challengers? So getting into that routine and being the proof of the product, like they always say, is step number one. Step number two will be just being more consistent about your sharing, and, the conversations will come, but, just don't get discouraged. Just don't give up. That's the whole thing. I think we all, absolutely, every single one of us, go through I'm throwing the towel in, I'm done. Like, I'm not doing this. It's too hard. It's causing me more anxiety than it is anything else. But then you're like, well, what if? I can't sit back and wonder what if, because I know that I'm good. I know I've attracted somebody. I've helped somebody, and so it's like that's one of my biggest things. Like, I just can't quit, because I'm like, I will always wonder, what if I could have actually been a top coach? So just keep doing it. Ashley, do you have any advice for Rusty?
Sorry, we're just dealing with mess over here. Yeah, I mean, I think, just that difficulty, like, to just get through, week one. But, there's so many of us as coaches that, like, I was just looking at a post the other day that a woman in another coaching group had just gone through something like really just horrifyingly personal. And she was just saying, like, you know what, like, I don't even feel like doing anything. Like, I don't even feel like showing up on social media. And she's like, so I don't. Like, if I have to take time to myself because it keeps me sane, then I do. And she goes, but I know that when I connect with my community, or, you know, I put myself out there, I feel so much better. Even if it's, you know, if it's just sharing an inspirational quote one day that is currently on my heart, you know, like she was like, it's some days you have to take those, like, you know, mental health days, those personal days, and just, I'm talking to all these lovely mommies right here.
Well, and like Katie Erstad, who's like a top coach, she posted too, like she struggles and has it. And she literally sat down with a notebook. I don't know if Ashley shared that in our team or not, but she sat down with a notebook and she wrote out what Beachbody had done for her. And she started, and basically every blessing, whether it was financial, whether it was mental, whether it was anxiety, but she literally just sat down and wrote out a page of everything that Beachbody had done for her, just to remind herself of why she started and why she's doing that. And sometimes it just takes that little reminder of your blessings to light a little fire under you again. So,
and that's something that I did want to touch on, is just doing that, just sitting down and making a list of like all of the ways that God has blessed you. Not as a Beachbody coach specifically, but like, yeah, I tied that in, like, and I talked about coaching, and like, you know, I wouldn't be the person that I am if I hadn't started coaching, because it's made me such a better mother and such a better wife and a lot more compassionate, and it's strengthened my faith. And there's so many things that it has done for me, aside from, you know, getting me in the best shape of my life and giving us some extra income. Yeah, those are great, but ultimately, yeah, right? Like, whoop, paycheck. But ultimately, like, it's made me just a better person in general. And like, there's so many things that I can attribute to taking time to take care of myself, and, you know, to helping other people do the same, that it really has just given me a completely new sense of gratitude and fulfillment. And I think just being able to share like those little things, even if it's not, you know, I've helped 100 people this month, even if it's like one person on social media saw your post and they were inspired to not sit on the couch that day and they took a walk instead, you know, like, who cares if, you know, it's not everybody in our challenge groups, but
if you're not sharing that, then you're not helping that one person. So Rusty, like, you are getting up and you have done 5 days, and that was great for you. I mean, you shouted yourself out, which means that you're proud of it. So shout that out to other people, and, you know, let people know that it was a struggle and that you're not, that was a big deal for you, you know, because we got to stop and remind ourselves that it's not easy for us either. We can't just show the good. We have to show the hard too. So, Melissa, you want to chat?
Hi. So, I have a recipe group on Facebook for Olivino, and it's like, I just post recipes in there with the olive oils, and I've gotten quite a few people lately that are like talking to me about health and fitness through that. So I'm sort of like, duh, hey, let's use these two things, put them together, and this can be my funnel of just people falling into my lap. It's ridiculous that I hadn't really thought about what a tool that could be before. Yes, you can be in the Olivino group. My goal is to grow it to like thousands of people like that are using the products, obviously, to sell them. But I made it to start practicing pins to make for Pinterest of the recipes. But I'm also going to make a lot of them kids friendly. No. So it's kind of hopefully we'll grow both things. So that's what I'm doing. I'm talking to a couple people from that, and I'm still talking to my sister a little bit. She's like, she's talking to me about it, which is like, it's huge that she's talking to me about it. And she told me yesterday when I talked to her on the phone, she was like, I saw Shanna, a girl she went to high school with, on Saturday, and she just told me how great you were doing and how inspirational your posts are, and I just thought that was so nice, and so I thought you might like to know. And I was like, oh, thanks so much. And she's like, I mean, people tell me that all the time. And I'm like, I know, but it's so huge that she's telling me now instead of for the past year and a half. Like,
It's cool that your challengers are telling her that.
well, that girl's not. She's not even in any of my groups.
Oh, she just is like a Facebook friend, or she just knows you.
She's just a Facebook friend. Yeah.
It's good. It's good that it's coming from somebody other than you.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, no, I'm not like sending messages or doing any of that right now because I'm, focused on other things. But I'm still sort of, I'm posting, so it's something.
And I'm proud of you for doing 80 Day with us because I know how much you love Autumn.
You know what? I'm fine. Like, I don't dislike her at all so far. I don't know. I think I just changed my mind about her. Or, thanks, Kelly. Are you talking, Kelly? Because you're muted.
I said she was annoying during 21 Day Fix, but I like her now.
Yeah. I've never been able to get through 21 Day Fix, so I'm pretty excited that I am enjoying these.
And just a little side thing, Melissa and Kelly. Kelly's struggled with her sisters in the past with Beachbody. Like, she doesn't always get a lot of support from her girls. So Melissa and Kelly, if you guys ever wanted to start a side chat, it could be something that
I was literally just typing.
yes.
I just said, like, my sisters always judge me. Like, my oldest sister is, like, she, like, sees my Instagram posts and stuff. It's so weird because she has, like, teenagers, so she, like, monitors their Instagram. So she sees everything I post on Instagram, and she'll, like, say little things here and there to me about it, but she's never, like, straightforward asked me anything until the other day she said something about, like, oh, I saw you lost 3 pounds last week with your new nutrition plan. That's really cool. And she's like, how are those workouts? Like, it's so weird because, like, we've never had a conversation about it in, like, 2 years. And I was like, they're really awesome. Like, I was just telling her about it or whatever. But that was, like, really it. You know what I mean? There's nothing else. Like, I still think she, like, totally judges me.
Judge away.
Yeah.
I know mine does.
Yeah.
It sucks, like, to not feel support from your own family. Like, so I think that's really awesome, Melissa, that your sister even told you that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone would ever tell my sisters that. They might, but they would never come tell me that. Like, honestly, my other sister said something to me the other day about how I do some really questionable things on social media. And I was like, okay.
Thanks.
Thanks for judging me, like you always do.
How's Laura doing with 80 Day?
She hasn't started it.
Oh, she didn't. Gotcha.
Yeah, the people who have said the most discouraging things to me have been like my closest friends or family.
Totally. Isn't it crazy? It's like you
Yeah.
would think that, like, the people that are the closest to you are the ones that are supposed to build you up and support you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you guys, when you start doing something great, and what happens is you're holding up a mirror to everyone around you that they're not doing anything else. So as hard as it is to take that on, if you look at it from their perspective, that they're just hurt and they're feeling terrible about themselves, and it makes them feel better to push you down. I know it sounds so dumb and so ridiculous, but it's just true. It's just how people are. It's just the human nature.
It is. I would agree with that because, like, even my sister, she struggled at first, and, like, I get my mom and my sister, my real mom and my sister, are like the first two people that always are comparing themselves to me. They're like, "I'll never have your legs," or "I really want your legs," or and it's just like I have to stop and remind them, like, you guys are both beautiful. You don't need to want what I have. You just need to love what you have. And I think this is right. When you start being great, it makes them look at themselves a little bit more. Is that everyone that's chatted? My week was okay. I didn't friend request near as many people as I would have liked to. I do have some conversations going here and there, but not consistent. I'm just super proud and been really focused on my nutrition and not drinking. And
That's so awesome.
Yeah, so I'm trying baby steps. I just really want them abs. Like, I really want ab muscles. Like, I may
Me
not even
too.
I mean, I might work out and not drink and follow this and still be a little fluffy down there, but I won't know if I don't try. So
That's right.
yep. But yeah. So we've had everyone for an hour. Did you want to wrap up, Ashley? You're muted. You're muted. Ashley, you're muted.
I'm like over here like, gosh, I'm so scatterbrained with the kids and like sickness and trying to, and I don't even know that I'm not even talking out loud. So just a couple little action steps to close out. I had some notes. I don't even know where they are. Like I feel like a train wreck this week. But just, sharing what's on your heart is like when I sit down to write a post, sometimes, I intend for it to take me 5 minutes because I have other things I need to be working on. And sometimes it takes me 35 minutes. And I sit there and I'm like, my word, like I just wasted 35 minutes. But then I look at, I put what's on my heart out there. And sometimes those take a little bit longer. And sometimes that takes a little bit of time to share. And like, I feel like we rush so much in this business, like try to, add new people, add new this, do this, post this, share this, like do our workout, do all the things. And sometimes like I can definitely tell when I've tried to rush a post or when I've tried to rush saying something versus like when I've just spoken what's on my heart. And if I don't feel like I'm putting value out there, then I don't. Like I didn't post anything late last night. Like I had something that I wanted to post. I had a sheet, I planned out my posts and I couldn't get it done. And instead of stressing about it and being like, oh, I didn't get an extra post in today, I was like, oh, well, like who cares? Because I didn't have anything at the time that like, I felt like I was posting just to post. So I don't like to do that. And social media is going in a totally different direction. And instead of trying to put a ton of content out there all the time, throwing something valuable out holds a lot more quality than a whole bunch of like chaotic mess, because then that's what people are seeing of your life.
Mess more meant now for the stories anyways, like
right. Yeah.
And little snips is
yes. So that is what I wanted to talk about. Thank you, Kayla, because I knew I had something. But so I just this past week, in the Rising Stars Dream Team group, we were talking about doing like a day in the life as a coach, and just sharing that privately on your Facebook stories, on your Instagram stories. So that way people can get kind of a behind the scenes look and then it's gone. Like that, so you can technically do those weekly if you so choose. I don't know that I will. But I set it up to where like, would you be interested in learning more about how to build an online business? Yes. Like I did a poll on Instagram, yes or no. I had like 6 new people interested. And then I just literally walked through my day. This is, I work out every morning. This is what I do. This is, I check in with my team. I check in with my groups. I talk to, I empty my inbox. I talk to people about their health and fitness. I get to pick my kids up from school, like little perks and stuff, and just sharing that and engaging your audience. And people are super nosy, and we know that, like they want to know what we're doing. Like how do you make money as a coach? What are you doing? Like how are you talking to people? And so just kind of going through and sharing that. And that is kind of the direction that these little sneak peeks and these little, tell me more kind of things are going. So even if you're not sharing as a coach, sharing that kind of behind the scenes stuff, or telling people like, oh my gosh, I like over on my Facebook stories, something, about my workout or whatever. So that way people can kind of get a little inside look. And that way you don't feel like you have to write up a huge, gigantic post. You're still posting your sweaty selfie. You're still talking about what you're doing. You're still sharing little victories. I take little screenshots whenever I have challengers in my groups that talk about their victories, and I post those in my Instagram stories and like, highlight them and draw on them and like, so super excited for this girl this week. And just sharing those victories and just connecting with people on a different level, because that's a lot more personal than it is writing a Facebook post and saying, hey, thanks so much for liking my post. Because I feel like that's where Like if somebody's turned off by that, then they're not going to continue to do it. And that's where we tend to lose followers. So if we're engaging people on a more personal level, but as far as action steps go, I challenge you guys just to share something that's on your heart, whether it's about coaching or not, but just something that has kind of brought you a little further along in this journey, something that has triggered an emotion in you, something that has ignited a spark in you to actually just do this, like to, you know, show up and take care of yourself. And okay, just a minute. Hey, Emma, will you take her water cup over to her, please? Thanks. Totally just lost my train of thought.
Share your heart.
Share something from the heart. Something
Share your
that's
heart.
challenging you to do this. Keep going.
Right,
I was
so-
writing it down. You stopped, and then
I
I'm
know, I
like,
need to.
let me hang. What am I sharing about?
I haven't had coffee. Maybe I need to have coffee and get my brain right. But
That's
yeah, but just
so true. It's just, yes, you just have to share, like I said to Rusty, if it feels icky, it's icky.
yeah.
Just always be genuinely who you are. Like that's,
Mhm.
we're not asking you to be like Beachbody branding all over the place. Just share you, share your story.
And,
Oh,
and that's the thing too, is like there's boss
I love
lady.
I drank water out of that last night.
I saw your post. But yeah, just and you know, we're going in a different direction from talking about Beachbody and Shakeology and, you know, those corporate-y type words. And I don't know that I've said Shakeology in a post in the last month, or that I've said, you know, Beachbody or named a workout in the last month. And it's, you know, a lot of it's attraction marketing, curiosity marketing, and, you know, getting people to ask questions. Like I still get 1 to 2 comments a day about what is that yellow stuff that you drink every morning, like before you work out? What is that scoop that you're dumping in your mouth? You know, like people want to know these things, and it's attracting curiosity. But as far as, you know, as far as the social media aspect of things, like you know, it's a weekend. We're not typically, we don't get a lot of people on the weekends that are running to us to like, tell me how to eat healthy because I'm going out tonight boozing and eating steaks with my family. You know, like that's not a thing on the weekends, but just sharing the consistency and the good and the bad and the ups and the downs. And I can tell you, when I share what's on my heart, like those are the posts that get me the most connection. And that's what I think we should be looking for. You know, we don't need to look for people that, you know, the people that want to lose weight, the people that want to get in better shape, the people that want to better their health. Yeah, they're going to come to us because they're going to see our journey and they're going to know that we're making changes. But the people that you want to build a team with, the people that you want on these calls are the ones that you can connect with on a more personal level, that you can connect with about motherhood, that you can connect with about, good Lord, can I just have 5 minutes? I just want to drink this glass of wine and sit down. Like, please, you know, like those are the kind of people that you want to build a team with. And recruiting is something that we're going to kind of dive into this week. We're going to be doing some like videos and posts and stuff throughout the team page this week. We're going to be sharing some tips and tricks and all kinds of stuff, and kind of going in a different direction and just hearing from a lot of us on the team. So look forward to that. But, you know, recruiting, and that's a whole nother call, and I'm not even going to dive into that, but that's something, you know, to just have on your radar, is to look for those people that would be really good at this, that are already doing really good things or within your challenge groups. And I feel like if I didn't offer this opportunity to people, who would I be and what would I be doing? Why am I even doing this? Because you never know how it's going to impact somebody's life. And it doesn't mean they have to make $1 million. I mean, it could just be like, I was depressed and now I'm not, because I'm taking care of myself. And you never know what kind of impact that can have on somebody. So I always think about that with the opportunity, is I'm not here to sell you a product. I'm here to offer you a solution. And if you can continue to think about that mindset, then that's kind of where we need to be. So I challenge you this weekend to not do any like posts about, you know, corporate-y type stuff or, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, share your workouts, share what's on your heart, share your struggles, share your journey. And we've made it through week 1 pretty much. I mean, I haven't done cardio yet, so I'm about to go die, but we're making it through week 1, and share that. You know, if you've had some victories this week just from making it from day 1 to day 7, then share that, because that speaks volumes. So that's all I got, guys.
Everyone
Happy
have a
weekend.
good week. Thanks for getting on.
And I didn't totally record the whole thing. So Sarah, I'm going to tap you to maybe do a live video talking about your little sneak peek thing, because I didn't start recording until after that. So if you want to go in and
So Samantha,
assignments.
go back and watch the beginning.
Yeah, I think I just started
I'll do a
recording
video.
like around 8:30, so I don't have a lot recorded. So yeah, so Sarah, do a live video. I think that was it. We were just kind of talking check-ins and stuff anyway. So, and volume, I can post that Lindsay Matway video about volume and signing up your spouse and stuff.
All right, I gotta go. I'm getting shot at. The boys need
All
me.
right, guys, have a great weekend.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks for getting on. Bye.